Hello, Redlands Unified School District community. My name is Juan Cabral, the superintendent of our wonderful school district. As we begin this school year, I would like to provide updates regarding the safety of all students. Our number one priority is providing the safest learning environments for all students, and we have in place several policies, procedures, and protocols to help ensure that we are doing just that at every single school site. My brief presentation will describe to you every procedure and policy that we have in place this year, that some began a few years ago and some we've implemented this school year. This presentation that I'm about to share is the same one that was given at the board meeting, at our last board meeting. It's also very similar to the presentation that I gave in May. This is an update to that presentation. As you may remember, we experienced two separate investigations, one from the Office for Civil Rights, or OCR, and one from the Department of Justice, or DOJ. Both were initiated to look into our Title IX practices and our prevention of sexual harassment policies and procedures. OCR began their investigation in 2020 and completed it in January of 2024. They looked into three specific school years, 17-18, 18-19, and 19-20. They provided findings in January of 2024, and we reached a resolution agreement in April of 2024. The Department of Justice began their investigation in 2019 with the re-engagement in 2020. Very similar to the investigation from OCR, but one difference was the amount of interviews that they had. They asked about 80 community members, parents, and staff members questions and through their investigation, and that's how they reached some of their findings. They completed their investigation in May of 2024. I'm sorry, in March of 2024, and we spoke with them. They provided their findings, and it resulted in a stipulated judgment that was finalized on May 24th, 2024, and then signed by court in June. As a result of those findings, we discovered and were provided, or we discovered that we definitely needed to improve in many areas, and the findings provided us mandates moving forward. Again, some of what we were already doing was appreciated by the Department of Justice and OCR, and one of the first mandates was that we continue those practices, and I'm going to share a slide in a bit that will show you specifically what we have already been doing and what we will continue to do. Some of our new mandates include hiring an assistant superintendent, which we've done. This assistant superintendent is Dr. Rudy Wilson, who began just last month, July 22nd, to be specific. He is our new Title IX coordinator and will oversee every single Title IX incident or any incident that is reported to us. He will make sure that it is thoroughly looked at and that it is investigated and there is accountability. Mr. Mark Blind was our Title IX coordinator. He began over a year ago in that position, but he has moved over into a secondary education director position. And now Dr. Rudy Wilson is our assistant superintendent, who sits on cabinet and reports directly to me. As a superintendent, I am now the decision maker on all Title IX incidents, and I have been trained, completed training this summer. Title IX training, we are in the process of completing, we're getting that approved, and we will be trained as soon as the Department of Justice and OCR approve the training that we are in the process of having them look at. That is going to happen very soon, and we look forward to that training. We are also going to train all of our administrators, all of our principals, all of our directors, and that training is actually happening and is already scheduled and will be completed over the next couple of weeks, or I should say over the next few weeks, for all of our managers. Age-appropriate training is also a new procedure, policy, protocol that we're going to follow this school year. Our target start date for that training is October, November. The first step is to create the training. Age-appropriate means that it must meet the needs of all students as far as the way that any policies are described, that it be grade appropriate. It is also highly sensitive for us to be training our students. And so we are going to take the steps necessary for the Department of Justice to approve the training and OCR to approve the training, but also to share that training with our parents so that you have a first look at what we are going to be providing our students. We also are looking into possibly choosing one elementary school, one middle school, and one high school to pilot the training first before we implement it district-wide. But again, this is something that will happen this year, is the training of all students with respect to Title IX and the prevention of sexual harassment. We have training that will be done for all of our staff. That is also being approved and will be implemented. But our staff do participate already, and they've been doing this now a couple of years in what we call micro trainings. Every month, every single staff member participates either at their school site or in their department with respect to boundaries policies or sexual harassment policies or any Title IX type of policies. They are getting monthly training with respect to those types of protocols. And that is something that we had implemented already a couple of years ago, and we are continuing this year. Something new, we created this summer a centralized tracking system. Every incident that comes to us is going to be inputted into this database, and we will be able to keep track. And what is important about that is any students who are involved in any kind of incident, we'll be able to provide them the intervention or any kind of support that they need, and we'll know because everything will be tracked in the same system. We've updated all of our relevant board policies with respect to Title IX and sexual harassment. Once we receive DOJ and OCR approval, those will be board approved, and they'll be available for everybody to see on the website, on our district website. Postings, we've always posted with respect to Title IX and prevention of sexual harassment. We've had posters all over our campuses. We've sent home postings through Parent Square. Our posters were updated this summer, and you'll see a brand new poster. You should be seeing them. If not already have seen them, you're going to be seeing them very soon. They will also be sent out to you. What's important about these postings is they provide information, but more important than that is they provide ways for anybody to report incidents that need investigating. And there are several ways to do that. They can be done anonymously, or they can be done with giving us all your information. Either way, we're going to look thoroughly into any incident that gets reported to us, and these postings give you ways to do that in the most easy way to do. Most easy way, whether it be online, phone, or you can do it in person. We created a survey that we sent to the DOJ that we're waiting for approval. That survey is really designed to send out to students, staff, parents, community members, so that you can let us know if, in fact, you have seen our postings, if it's an accountability measure for you to tell us that you know who the Title IX coordinator is, and that you know the steps to report any incidents. Look forward to seeing that survey sometime in December, and then again at the end of the school year. That last point, we meet with the OCR and Department of Justice. We collaborate with them, and we've met with them several times this summer to ensure that we are fully implementing mandates given to us by them, and also so that they can see all of the policies and protocols that we've implemented and that we are following through with everything that we've been doing into this school year. Parallel investigations will continue. That's a practice that we've had in place, and they would like us to continue that. We also are proud to have offered support to past and current students of incidences that took place, incidents that may have taken place that they discovered during the investigation, or incidents that we became aware of. No student was left without us contacting them and providing support. And I'm glad to say that we were able to make up for maybe not having done that previously. And that's about 100 current and former students. Consistent staff discipline refers to ensuring that every single site, department, division know the steps to take so that there's consistent discipline and accountability when necessary. Now, these are a list of our current practices. These are practices that have been in place for several years. that we are continuing. When the DOJ and OCR identified that, yes, these are practices we want you to continue, this is a list of them. I spoke to monthly staff micro trainings a little bit ago. The boundaries policy, the board established this policy several years ago. This policy speaks specifically to the professionalism that staff must have at all times with respect to relationship with students. Actions create trust now. This initiative was, again, something that was started several years ago. Our website, if you go onto our district website, you can look up the Act Now initiative, and it describes specifically ways for anybody to report incidents that must be thoroughly investigated by our staff. Please, if you have not looked at our website, please do that. Our Raptor system is very important. Not only is it a check-in system so that we know that everybody that visits our campus, they're okay to visit, but it also allows us to notify the entire staff if we have to do a lockdown or a safe and secure. We're looking at ways to make sure that that also allows us to let the community know at the same time. This is a system that's very important to us, and it's district-wide. I have it on my phone, for example, and if we have any kind of incident at any of our campuses, I will get an alert, and it allows me to not only be aware, but also to immediately provide guidance. Our Sprigio is our anonymous reporting system. This is a system that is all over our postings. It's a way for anybody to go into an online email or any kind of link when you go onto it, and you can provide us information, and it can be anonymous, and it will cause us to immediately respond with action. Very important to understand what Sprigio reporting system is. This is a list just as an information to know, so that you know that our staff are all mandated to go through several trainings, and also to have a copy of our handbook, which describes every single policy and procedure that we have in place. With respect to online trainings, when you see the minutes there, those are the amount of time that it takes to take these trainings, and it's a video and a test afterwards that must be passed. And we keep track of every single employee, and we're able to see that not only that they've completed the training, but they've also passed the test. There's about 5 hours of training that everybody's required to do if you add up all the minutes, and everybody must be completed with that training by August 30th, 2024. Something new is this form that you can see here. It's the Classroom Office Work Environment Safety Requirements Guideline. This allows for our safe environments to look consistent at every single school site. Every single office space or workspace must adhere to these guidelines. We're also sharing this with our family groups like PTA and our SEPTA, so that they are aware of what is required in our environments, so that we are consistent in providing safety in all areas for our students. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation. It's important that you know not only the guidelines and protocols that we have in place and that we implemented this year or will implement throughout the school year, but also ways to reach out to us should there be an incident, or if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate. Please reach out to my office. I would like to speak to you. I'll give you a call if that's the easiest. We can meet in person. I just want to make sure that no community member or parent goes without their question being answered. Our site principals and administrators are great resources also. Many times they're the easiest to get a hold of, because you're going to see them when you drop your students off or pick up your students, or when you go into a site event. But if you feel like you're not getting the answer, please do not hesitate to reach out to my office, and we will get the answers for you. Again, our number one priority is the safety of all students. We appreciate all of your support, and we work in collaboration with you. Thank you so much for all that you do for our kids. We look forward to having an excellent year this year. Thank you.